What's up, guys? This is HDLTS here with my review of Walking Dead issue 166. So, in case you haven't seen my channel, I normally post really bad video game stuff, videos, whatever you want to call them. This is the first time I'm doing a review, especially of a comic book. I've been wanting to do some Walking Dead content for a while, so if anyone actually likes this content, leave me a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, whatever, and maybe I'll put some more. One thing I've really been wanting to do is a comparison between the television show and the comics. And I know that's been done before, but I really want to get nitty gritty into it. I've read through the entire series about 2 or 3 times now, up to the most recent issue. I have the 3 compendiums, book 13, and then all the loose issues after that. But anyways, let's get back to issue 166, Surrender. Wow, doesn't seem like it, but a lot of stuff happened in this, and I don't know, I enjoyed the story. So what happened in this? First off, huge spoilers. If you haven't been watching the TV show or reading comics, huge spoilers ahead. So if you don't want spoilers, don't watch. Please don't tell me, I need spoil, because I'm telling you right now, just don't watch this. So first off, big thing that happened was the Saviors finally made it to Alexandria and confronted Rick and his group. So this is the first time that Rick knows that there's an issue. Boom, big thing. What happens right before that? Rick runs into Carl while fighting a swarm of zombies. And what happens? It's the first time he learns of the fall of the Hilltop from the Whisperer War. So that's kind of crazy. We're like 4 issues into this new storyline set after the 6-part Whisperer War, and Rick is just learning that the Hilltop fell. So that's crazy. And if you haven't if you're not caught up on the comics, what happened at the end of 165 was after a run with zombies, Andrea has a mark on her neck, and we still don't know if it's a bite or a whatever. So that was kind of where they left us hanging at the end there, and where we start is with Rick, Negan, and the group just, killing zombies in Alexandria, running into the Saviors. So what happens when Rick and the Saviors meet? Well, what do you think happens? They all pull guns on another. Dwight especially tells Rick, let me take control of this. You don't know how dangerous they are, especially now that Sherry is the leader. So Rick, being Rick Grimes, we don't kill anymore. He tells Sherry, I don't want to lose people. You don't want to lose people. Let's go talk this out. And what happens? Almost like Carol freaking out from way back early in the comics, Sherry freaks out on Rick. Rick calls her insane. She says, of course I'm insane. What have I been through? You should be afraid of me. Why aren't you afraid of me? You thought we could be in a room together and you could talk me out of it. And then basically she tries to kill him. She pulls a knife on him, and first she starts slapping him. Slap, slap, slap. And eventually Rick stops that. And then that's when she pulls the knife. And that's when Rick's like, fuck. He goes into fight or flight mode. And they actually get to the point where Rick is on his back with Sherry on top of him, wielding the knife. And Rick, in his last inch of strength, throws her back. And what happens? Just like Million Dollar Baby, spoilers for that. Just like the way she fell and snapped her neck on the stool, Sherry hits the table, neck first, snaps, boom! Sherry's dead on the floor. So, Rick and Sherry go for a negotiation. I don't know if you understand the implications here. Rick and Sherry go to have a negotiation while the Saviors and, the Alexandrians and Hilltop people are all out there. They're all armed. The Saviors have more guns than them, to be fair, because, everyone from Alexandria, Hilltop, whatever, they all just had to deal with the Whisperer War. And that was obviously the Saviors' plan. Let's attack them while they're weak. So they did try and attack. Peace was met there, so the leaders could go talk, and now Rick has killed Sherry. What the fuck is going to happen with the Saviors next? I forgot to mention it, but the other thing that happened was the Saviors learned that Rick has Negan. That Negan's basically on Rick's side now, and that really pissed Sherry off. That's probably what really sent her into the rage to begin with. Sorry I didn't mention that earlier. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. I literally just got finished reading this. So Rick kills Sherry. What's going to happen now with the fucking Saviors? Is Jonathan going to step up in place of Sherry and be like, yo, let's still do this, we want out? Or is Dwight going to do? Or is Negan going to step back up? Or is Rick just going to be like, this is what happened, she attacked me, I had to kill, Like, who's going to believe that? And is that even going to work? But that's usually what it tries to do, is just be as straightforward and honest as possible. So the other big thing that happened right at the very end, and is Andrea comes to Rick, boom, and he sees the bite, or not bite, on her neck. To be fair, she is sweating and she did trip into the room, so it's looking like she's bit. But to be fair, she also got shot in the neck. So if you had been bleeding out of the neck, riding a horse, trying to herd zombies, and then finally got back to Alexandria, you might be a little exhausted too, again, because this is still happening after the Whisperer War. We're still like in just like the final hours of that conflict ending, basically, because of the giant herd they sent. Basically, after the Whisperer War ended, the past 3 issues has basically been Eugene and people on horses dealing with the herd that they sent. So anyways, as you can tell, I actually really, really enjoyed this issue, even if it was a little predictable that Rick would find Carl and, Andrea would come stumbling in at the end. Because spoilers, if you haven't seen the cover of issue 167, it is Rick holding Andrea and they're crying. So you knew that part wasn't going to be, even though the bite was the end of 165, you knew 166 wasn't going to address the bite. So cliffhanger there too. Cliffhanger with the Saviors. Still don't know what's going on with the Hilltop, and there's still like a whole backstory of like the kingdom being in shambles too now that Ezekiel's dead. So anyways, this is HDLTS. Again, that was my review of Walking Dead 166. If you did happen to like this video and you want to see more content about The Walking Dead, or maybe just better video game footage, then like I said, hit a like, subscribe, leave a comment.